another guest. We have Minister Adaeze, and she'll be talking on the impact of worship. We'll listen and understand what impact of worship and how it can affect believers.
All right, now the impact of worship songs. Impact of worship songs. Number one is encouragement. The psalmist said, I was glad when they said to me, let us go to the house of the Lord. And the same Bible says that do not despise the gathering of brethren. So number one impact of worship is encouragement. Encouragement, yes. It uplifts and inspire you as a believer. So the encouragement it gives you as a believer during moments of watching, is that it inspires you. There are some of the lyrics of the song that when you listen to them, like Ambassador Chierudoma just released a new song, Adaeze. When you listen to that, you see that some persons are in a situation where if they listen to that song, they will be inspired in their spirit. Their spirit will be lifted, and also it will encourage them to keep doing that thing which they have been doing before. That's very soon, and one day God will answer them. So in the lyrics of this song, you will be hearing something like Obatobi Obatobuwaga Obatarabe ga Nwapa Wao Obatai Adima Okechide Menake Abochukwe Bube. So now, if someone who got married 15 years ago and then the person is not yet conceived or has not yet conceived or delivered of any child, you see that when the person keeps listening to this thing, the person will be encouraged, the person will be inspired, the person will be like, oh, I have hope, I have faith that God would do this. So worship songs gives us encouragement as believers. Another thing that it teaches us, it opens our eyes. It opens our spiritual eyes to know and to see what God can do for us. All right. So these are the things worship songs do. And I said the first one is encouragement, and the second one is teaching. It teaches us. It opens our eyes, maybe our spiritual eyes, to see that there is something about this lyrics. There is something about this song. There are some hymn you'll be singing. It fails to serve Jesus, I speak from my heart. He will always be with us if we do our part. There's nothing in this wide world can pleasure our fault. There's peace and contentment in serving the Lord. So the Bible says that, according to the book of John, that those that must worship the Lord must worship Him in spirit and in truth. And of course, if you are carnal, you cannot understand the things of the spirit. So if you are carnal, there is no how you are going to understand the words of any song. So if you are spiritual, this is where the teaching comes in play. You are going to know what the particular verse or what the particular stanza of a song says.
Welcome back, everybody, back to the Explorers Dynamics channel. Okay, so I hope you guys grabbed something from what Minister Adaeze just said. Okay, so now I'll be explaining a little bit detail on wide worshipers experience. I know the name might sound strange, but it really do exist. Wide worshipers experience. This is a moment where your worship need to go wide. You don't need to. It's a moment when you are worshiping, you just need to focus. You are concentrated. You don't need anybody to tell you anything. You don't need to think of anything. You keep aside all those distractions that weigh your spirit down. You keep aside all those things that can draw you back from your real self, and you focus on God alone. You know, remember the game is God alone. That is our goal. So we're breaking no religions. We don't need any denominations. We don't count any denominations here. We are talking about God.
Viewers, as a worshiper, I want to urge you all that for you to be a worshiper, your heart needs to be clean, because worshiping God comes from the heart. It is through that means you transfer, you minister to souls. And they say cleanliness is next to godliness.
You know, there are some times in life, in worship experiences, that maybe sometimes you worship and you feel like your worship is not hitting the point you want to. You are not getting to the connection level you are wishing to get to. So, what's your go-to reset when worship feels dry?
Thank you very much for that question. So, when you are as a worshiper, when you are worshiping and it feels like the worshiping is getting dry, you know, it's worship.
Yes.
It's not a thing of singing praises or jubilating and dancing. It's a thing of singing lowly, like something like that. That's where speaking in tongue comes in.
Okay.
You blast in tongue. That's why it's called wide worship experience. It is wide because it is a thing of deeper realm. Like you have to communicate with the spirit.
Yes.
And I realize these days a lot of people don't sing with a normal languages again. They speak heavenly languages, like all these traveling, chants, growling. Some churches now do groan with worshiping God, chants with worshiping God. It is a heavenly language. So you switch into another realm of the spirit.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
For instance, I've been in a church where like they were singing, worshiping. They are worshiping God. At the time, the music instrument blends down. It fades out. And like for instance, they are singing, yeah.